All right, this is Grandfather. Now, I know that many of you are concerned about this year, 2012. However, I've decided to start putting out some predictions for 2013 because most of you will all be here in 2013 breathing a mighty sigh of relief saying, "Wow, I'm glad that's over." And you can get on with your life. All right? Be alert to the fact that there will continue to be some earth changes, but it's not going to be anything worse than you've seen already. All right? So, now, a little more in the way of predictions aside from patting you on the back and saying it'll be all right. All right? There will be some unusual phenomena having to do with sunsets, not sunrises, sunsets and UFOs. This will happen all over the world. And it's not something that is intended to scare anyone. Please keep in mind that there are morals involved here. And the morals are that people from other planets do not approach your planet in their vehicles, all right, unless they feel it's not only safe for them to do so, but that you are receptive to them. Also keep in mind that whatever you've seen in the movies that's scary about UFOs has absolutely nothing to do with the occupants. All of them are friendly. All right? Granted, there's been very few occasions, about 0.5% in the past, that didn't feel very friendly to those who were on Earth, human beings, that were invited to come up to the ship for a short time. But for the most part, and I have to tell you that you don't know about 95 to 98% of those who have visited the ships and the people on them, because in the past there was a lot of feeling of nervousness about revealing these things. So there's that. But also, you don't have anything to worry about. That kind of thing where people are picked up and afterwards they don't remember giving their permission. Everybody does, though, you know. That kind of thing is really not going to happen much anymore. I know a lot of you would like to be picked up and meet these beings, most of whom will look like you, like the way people on Earth look. All right? So, I know that when these movies come out, these scare movies, and they do bring them out in order to make money, you do understand that. It is a business. These scare movies have sometimes caused you to feel UFOs and ETs are scary, but you know it's not true. How many things have you seen in the movies that you know for a fact are not true? A whole lot. So let's just put the movies in one place, okay, and reality in another place. I think that's generally a good rule. So, there'll be some beautiful lights reflecting off, sunsets, you understand? Reflecting off of UFOs, and some of them will be startlingly clear. I'm not just talking about clouds, I'm talking about vehicles that are quite obvious. There'll also be some really extraordinary videos, about half of which will actually be true. All right? In the first half of 2013. So watch for the true ones. I have to say, in all honesty, however, that the true ones may not all get up on the internet. A lot of them will actually wind up in places where they're studied, and a lot of them will wind up being shown quietly to friends and family. But towards the end of 2013, most of them will be up on the internet. Okay. There'll be some, as always, that are not real. Some of this is because people want it to be so, and other times it's simply because people have, some people have a little mischief going on. But for the most part, it won't be too scary. Generally speaking, if you see anything in a UFO or ET movie up on the internet, or for that matter, as a commercial film, it will not be real. Okay? That's a good general rule of thumb. Now, a little more. There will also be a considerable amount of continuing unusual activity with animals, meaning animals will show you that they're perfectly comfortable being friends with other species. You've seen these pictures occasionally, and there will be approaches now, very tentative, but approaches by wild animals that are not scary, not frightening, and not dangerous, but approaches from a distance. Sometimes the approaches will take the form of being maybe 50 or 60 feet away, especially if it's an animal that might otherwise make you nervous if they were too close. And of course, they're just as nervous, if not more so, about being too close to human beings. But as far as animals that are not anything to worry about, sometimes, if you're lucky, they might approach you. Please do not point anything at them. That makes them very, very nervous. So they're not going to know it's your telephone. All right? Generally speaking, they believe if human beings point something at them, it's probably not safe. So if they're approaching you, it will have to be somebody off to the side who takes a picture or a video. Okay? Try to be polite. All right? If you wanted to meet somebody and you went to meet them, if they suddenly started taking films of you, you might be a little nervous and shy too. So think of it that way. Also be alert to the fact, those of you who are out on lakes and on the sea, you might have whales or turtles or dolphins or other creatures in the sea, yes, even sharks, that might approach you with no aggression in mind. So please, please, allow them to be in the sea. Mother Earth is going to be even more zealous towards protecting her sea creatures. So fishermen, be careful and fish closer to the shores, not so much out on the ocean. All right? Those of you who eat fish, and I think that's a lot of you, might want to say some prayers for fishermen that they be safe, and also that they fish within 3 miles of the coast of any body of land. That's what I recommend. All right? So that's just a little bit for 2013. Good life.